things so far going. Pretty disappointed today. My chainsaw failed me. It's the first time it's failed me in 7 years. I think the carb's all plugged up. Haven't been used in a while. Give it a start, go for a little bit, die. So I got a feeling that's what it is. So tomorrow we'll drop that off at the shop. There's a guy who does chainsaws over in Iron River, next town over. He's a master with those things. I'm gonna take it over to him and see if he can work another miracle for me. I'm sure he can. It won't be a problem for him. He'll have it done in no time. So had to hurry up, rush to town, get some wood. Good thing they had some still. With all the snowmobilers and everything that's up here right now, they buy it up for their little camps and stuff. So I got lucky. But it sucked. It always does when you try to get something going and you get a failure. It's all right. We'll have it fixed. We won't happen again, that's for sure. But we pulled her out. Otherwise, I'd have been out there prowling around for just little branches, which wouldn't have done much good. Not for what I have planned to cook tonight. And I do plan to cook tonight. A really, really good meal. Oh, something special. I think y'all like it. All right. Let's get this going. Get it warmed up in here. Getting late. Little paper bag. My chainsaw would have came in handy. Could have dropped some of them dead trees back there. Would have been a big difference. That's all right. Like I said, I'll drop it off tomorrow in town. Get it fixed. No big deal. Just when it sucks when you count on something that fails. All right. Yeah, fire's going good. Good. Everything's going good. Oh. All right, finally, get to sit down and relax for a little while. Yeah, I was pretty bummed out. That old chainsaw on me. I've had that thing 7, 8 years. 2 poles, never a problem. Today, problem. And I really needed it too. So, like I said, I got lucky. Ran and got wood. Saved the day. Or I'd have been cutting the branches and stuff for the stove and this, but not good enough for what I want to cook tonight. I need a good even heat, always. Especially when I intend to cook a good meal. And I am going to cook something really good tonight. Oh. For now, let's have a couple cold beers. Cheers, my friends. Yeah, that saw, oh, it's good. Oh, that saw is just a wonderful saw. It's Husqvarna, a small one like a 240. It's a good saw. And I've used that thing, I can't even tell you how many times. And now, you know, just simple repair, I'm sure, but it kind of bummed me out when I needed it. It wouldn't fire. I spent plenty of time pulling it apart, had spark, had everything else, so it's got to be a carb issue. It's easier to take her in and get her fixed. No big deal. So I'll do that tomorrow. Right now, we're outdoors. We're enjoying this. This is beautiful. And I'm going to cook a really good meal later. I am hungry. Starved myself a couple of days just for this one. The inside fire is going really wonderfully. And the old beastie there, ye old beastie. I pulled, let's see, 4 people out with that thing. And they were buried in good. One, she went in by where I work. She went right in the ditch. I mean, right in deep, too. Just like she missed the entire driveway, which I don't get. And they're running up on a culvert. I mean, just hanging down in there. And the police came to the door, and they rang the bell, and they were asking who owned the Jeep. And all the girls go, "What'd you do? What'd you do?" They said they needed to talk to me for a minute, see if I could help somebody out. So I went up there. And, yeah, he said, "Hey, we can't seem to get a wrecker out here. Do you think you could pull it out with that Jeep?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, beast to yank it out. How bad's it in?" So I go out there. I look, and she was buried pretty good. So I said, "Well, there ain't no strap going to fix this one. You're going to have to block the road," which was no big deal. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but the woman was not drinking. You know, it was just an honest mistake. I don't know how she missed it, but she did. And I said, "Yeah, if y'all block the road, I'll hook it up with the old beast, but I'm not responsible for any damage." And she goes, "I don't care. Just get it out of there. It's not a problem." So I got up underneath there with the winch, hooked that bugger up, and drugged that thing. I drugged that thing out of there and lifted the whole rear end up to where the bumper is on that and backed out. Got her out of there. Another time, a lady was stuck at a grocery store in town. She tried to jump a bank. I don't know what she was thinking in the minivan. I drugged that thing out, and the guy blocked it so I could pull it out. That's one thing about small towns. They'll block traffic for you, and everybody knows, hey, it only takes 2 seconds. Just give us a minute, we'll get her out of there. I pulled many people out, but yesterday, went up to Iron Mountain. I had to get an oil change on ye old beastie. On the way back, I was going through Florence, Wisconsin. I just came out of town, come around the corner, up over a hill, and there was this woman buried in there, older lady. I pulled over, and there was some young kid with a Toyota back behind her. And she was buried in that SUV so deep in them bags. You can see how big they get. It was a little bigger than this. And the only thing hanging out was one tire. All the rest of the front end was down the bank. The other tire was in. Just the one tire was hanging up on this SUV. It was a newer ride. And I got out of the Jeep, walked across the road, and she says, "Can you pull me out?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure I can, but I don't have a strap. The Jeep is couldn't get at the controls for the winch because they were up underneath. And I got all my ice fishing gear, and I had to yank it all out." And a young kid and a little Toyota said, "I was going to try and pull her out. I got a strap." He said, "But I don't think I could pull that out of there." I said, "Ain't no way you're going to pull that out of a little Toyota car. Not a chance, and you're just going to destroy your stuff." I said, "You got a strap. Y'all block traffic. I'll pull it out of there." So she was scared to get behind the wheel, so she had her grandson get in there. And I told him, I said, "Look, when I hook this thing up," which nobody wanted to hook it up, they were going to leave it all on me. I said, "Look, I'll do it. I just don't want to tear it in half, so let me get under there and find a good spot. I don't want to rip it apart." "No problem, no problem. It's my own fault anyway," the old lady says. I just smiled at her. I said, "You're fine. No big deal." I said, "I just don't know how you got in that deep." She goes, "Well, I really gunned it to get around before traffic came." I said, "Yeah, I could tell." And so I got up under there, and I wrapped around the entire. Them new cars are just crap. They got all that axles and stuff. So I just wrapped at it, connected to the frame. I went all the way around the whole works, pulled perfect. And it was easy to get to because the tire was about this high up out of the bank. So I got that done, whipped around. They blocked traffic. Here comes the wrecker. Just as I was ready to pull, he comes and stops, hits his lights, stopped all the traffic. They stopped it on the other side. And he just pull, you know. So I said, I hooked up the back, and I got all the shackles on there. I hooked up the back, gave it the first pull, pulled the ass over a little bit. That was it. I said, "Oh, you're going to be like that, huh?" I dropped her in four-wheel drive, backed up about 2 foot, and gunned her. Boom! Sucked that thing. It sucked that thing right up out of that ditch like nothing. Boom! It was across the road, and the kid in there, "Oh, oh." I said, "You got to back up. Get out of traffic so they can go by." And I disconnected her. And them young guys were like, "Wow, wow." And that record driver went by, rolled his window, and man, he goes, "That's nice. That was quick." It was like, it wasn't even a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I had her completely out and across the road. He goes, "Nice work. Couldn't have done better myself." I said, "Thank you for blocking traffic," you know, and off he went. And that little lady comes up to me, just running up to me, and she goes, "Can I pay you? Can I pay you?" I said, "No, I'd never do that. It's nothing." She grabbed me and gave me a bear hug. She was a little shorter than me. She grabbed me and squeezed me so I heard my ribs crack. She was happy. I got up underneath there. Now it's all on the ground, so I had to crawl up underneath there to unhook that strap, pull it off on down out of there, and I'm sliding out from under there. And I look at that young man whose strap was. I said, "Son, give me a hand." I'm not a young man anymore. He got me up, but we got her out of there, and everybody was thanking everybody. And I said, "Look, I got to go. I got to go." So I told her, "Just be careful next time," and poof, gone like a shot. So that gives Ye Old Beastie 5 rescues. A lot of guys, they got them cars and supercars, and they race each other, and they got kill stickers they put on there. I don't have no stickers on that thing for that, but I got 5 rescues. I'd rather have the 5 rescues than race somebody anyway. So there you go. 5 for Ye Old Beastie now. You live in the north, you know you got to be careful. Just drive safe. But in the case you do get stuck, you better hope somebody likes me along with Old Beast. That was fun, and she was so happy. I was happy for her too. I was glad I just happened to be going through there. The odds were very slim. That was a good day. I also picked up some noodles. Some garlic noodles we'll be using tonight for dinner. Oh, I love those things. Handmade from the bakery shop up there in their mom. I love those things. And when I get a chance to pick them up, you know I do. You can smell the garlic right through the package. I love those things. It is so calm out here. I'm not kidding. It's 20s, but still, it is so calm. As you can see, just a gentle breeze. The whole day was like that. It was really odd, really still. There's very little wind. It's very nice. A perfect night to be out. I was really hoping that chainsaw would work. I had a bunch of dead trees I got to take down. That would have been perfect. Got to busted them all up for this, and I just got lucky, like I said. Good thing they had wood. The snowmobilers buy it up like crazy when they're up here, because they camp too. Oh, we have a lot of snowmobilers this year because we got a lot of snow, but usually head all the way up north, but there are a few around here. Oh. 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 So relaxing. Oh, what a beautiful day to just relax. Like I said, it isn't bad at all. It's actually colder earlier, but it's probably because of the fires. I got everything going. It's about 90 in there right now. And I'm warm right here. And I covered this beautiful bench. My girls, 2 cats, the older ones, 19 years old, buried right there. So it's nice to spend a little time with them. And I'm sitting on a bench that was made by a subscriber's father for me some years back. Made me a bunch of benches. I got them spread out. I love it. I can't think of a better way to spend an evening. I'm going to sleep good tonight. I've been reading up on rocks. Lake Superior. The bear loves rocks. So she wants me to go rock picking with her. And I said I would, so I better learn how to do some rocks. I got a book I'll read before I go to bed. Trying to learn up on them rocks. Get her a bunch of gear for that. That's her thing. She loves to rock hunt. Loves that. Me, I love outdoor camping. Canoe camping, all that, as you all well know. So yeah, I'm going to help her do that this year. That'd be fun. She's got a whole room dedicated to shipwrecks and rocks, and I even got her some of them glow-in-the-dark rocks you find with them black lights. I got a bunch of those for her. When I go camping at night and I'm on the lake, and I go looking, I always find her a few. I wish she could add to her collection. What a beautiful, beautiful night. I'm so happy y'all watch these videos. I mean, it's, after all, it's a chronicle of my adventures. That's what this is. My mom watches them all the time. Mom and Pop. And my sister, my brother. They all watch it. It's just a chronicle of my adventures. My daughter, son, they all watch. They this one day, when I'm gone, they can go back and look. There he is, That's what I wanted. It's just a chronicle of my adventures. I intend to do a lot more Minnesota trips this next year. And a lot more canoe camping. Like I said, I got the all the parts for the rack are now here. I got to put them on. The rest of the bars on for the top there, the Jeep, and the that new canoe I got last year from the neighbors down there in Wisconsin. Will be going on there, the ultralight. That way, it's with me everywhere I go. So I'm not trying to fish from shore when I know I want to be out where the fish are. So that's going to be awesome. So awesome. Got a lot of trips planned for this next year. Right now, I'm enjoying this season. Winter, my time. I love this. No bugs, no people. Wonderful. I don't know how many times y'all went camping and bugs to carry off. This is the time to be out. Excuse me. And I just love this. Oh, it's so pretty. Especially when you get a night like tonight. Calm. It can be cold. Cold as it wants. That's fine. It is calm. Absolutely calm. You can hear a mouse fart out there. On that camp, I did a perch lake. You could hear that fox screeching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One of the subscribers said you can see that fox in that video when I was aimed down at the lake, trying to pinpoint where that bugger was at because he kept going back and forth, and all, just back and forth. But she said, look real close when you're aimed at that lake, and you'll see him jump down and run across, and you see his big puffy tail. She was right. Good eye. Good eye. I mean, I spotted a glimpse of something when I was editing, but she spotted it's the whole fox. So I went back, looked at it. It sure is. It is a fox. I was right. Oh, he was a yapping. And them wolves, ooh, they were big. But there were deer running around out there, which makes sense. I mean, there was a lot of them. There was like, I think, 5, 6. And them paws, them prints were like this. Them were big wolves, big ones. Yeah, that's why I didn't cook that night. Man, you just don't take them chances. But I love being out there. Oh, I want to get back in there, but we got so much snow. There's just no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to blast through. But that's all right. We got next year. And we got summertime. Get out there, do some canoeing. That's going to be wonderful. And we'll camp while we're there. Hopefully catch fish, fry them up on the spot. What a beautiful, beautiful night. All right, I think I'm going to relax a while, enjoy this beautiful fire. We'll check on the fire on the inside and get back to you in a little bit. Oh, that feels so good. I so needed this. Everything's going good inside. By the time we're back, we're going to log on fire. Oh, I'm going to spend a lot of time out here tonight. We'll cook later. Oh, it feels good. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. A lot of the guys put them out. Well, they put out a ton this week. All of them, all the ones I watched. Xander, Lost Lakes, Axum, Xander's brother, and Kyle's Cabin. He put one out. That's a guy I'd like to get a hold of. He does a lot of those canoe trips out there in the boundary waters. I would actually like to get up with that guy, do maybe a canoe trip someday with him. That'd be fun. That'd be something, because I don't know the area that well. I just started going last year, so that'd be a guy to get a hold of right there, eh? Maybe I'll try. See if maybe we can do a camp this next year, because I intend to go out there quite a bit. It'd be nice to go with somebody who knows the area. I don't do team-ups too often with other channels. In fact, I never have, but I would like to. That's one guy I'd like to go with out there. He knows them waters pretty well. It'd be fun. I'll try to see if I can contact him, maybe figure something out for next year. That'd be fun. Be my first collaboration, you know. Let's see if he's interested in something like that. Wow, this is so nice. Feels good. As y'all know, I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. I like real life. All that crap you see on TV is just a joke. And as far as news, I got nothing good to say about that. Always somebody doing something stupid to somebody. That's just ridiculous. So I don't like watching TV. It's never anything good. Never anything good. Why can't they put something good on there? Something good somebody did, you know? I can remember when you were young. For those of you who would remember this, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Man, wasn't that something to watch back then? I mean, that was a good program. Damn good program. I remember when cartoons, if you missed them in the morning, that was it. The Saturday morning, you had, 2-3 hours of cartoons, and it was over. Outside, all of them now. I mean, them were good days. Believe it or not, those were really good days. Yes, we shot each other with BB guns. It's okay. Look, I still got my eyes. Everything's fine. Nothing like getting pelted in the butt by a daisy. Ooh, that sting a little. But yeah, them were fun days. I mean, I remember Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Boy, we'd all sit right down and watch it. That was back when they had the big old sets. Big sets. And then you had a record player. Flip top the record player, and the radio was all up in there. And TVs were black and white. Getting a colored set, that was a big deal. Those of you who don't remember that, you would not understand. Like rabbit ears and all that stuff. You had to put tinfoil up on the antennas. Yeah, you were the antenna. Your man was watching football. Hey, wouldn't touch that. That would get better reception. To watch the game. That was fun. Them were fun times. Oh, remember Tom Brokaw? Back when he had brown hair. Now he's an old man. He don't even do it no more. He just read the news. He read the news. That was it. He didn't give you an opinion. He didn't even make a facial gesture. Unless it was something really good and he gives a little smile, a little snicker, you know. But he just straight to the facts. Read you the news. That was it. You don't get that no more. Now it's all, I don't know what the hell they did. But they all got it wrong. Let me tell you that. I think they figured it out. Oh, it's crazy. This is a crazy world we live in right now. I don't even recognize it. And that's in my lifetime. I'm only 55. In fact, I just had my birthday the other day. Yeah, double nickels is one of the girls at work said. That's not funny. Well, how do you feel? I don't know. I've never been 55 before. Getting old sucketh. I'll tell you that for nothing. It sucketh. New ache and pain. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. I don't let it slow me down. I just work smarter, not harder. Yeah, you figure it out. Getting older isn't so bad, really. It's not. One of the guys at work, he just had another child, him and his wife. They had another child, and he goes, I asked him, I said, "What's it like being a daddy again?" He goes, "Man, I thought I was broke before." I said, "Yeah, and you look a little tired, and your hair is a mess." Oh, I've been there, done that. He said, "Yeah, I try to get a few hours of sleep, but yeah, it's about all you're going to get for about, I don't know, 6-7 years." It's great. Oh, I work with some great people. I really do. They're fun. I put a bunch of pictures up already of this camp right here that I'm doing right now. I already put a bunch of pictures up. Got, of course, everybody I know, they like it stuff. They love it when I'm outside. Excuse me. It's so quiet and still. You cannot beat that. I can hear the hiss of the lantern. Crackle of the fire. Wish more people did this. Get outside during the winter. Do some camping. The gear is a little expensive, but trust me, you'll use it. You'll use it. And it makes winter go by like that. Winters for me go by so fast. I complain all summer. I'm a winter guy. This is my season. And I can't do like the young guys do. They go and we throw a tarp up. Tonight would be a night you could probably pull it off. But I did that when I was young. Hey, I can't do that no more. I can't just go lay up in a snowbank. When I try to get up in the morning, oh, pain. That would be just too rough on the body. I see them do it, and I'm like, ooh, I know in the morning they are cold. They suck it up and it wasn't a bad night. I did pretty good. Yeah, you were cold. Don't lie. You were freezing your butt off. You had to hurry up and get that fire going so you didn't freeze to death. You didn't have that on camera, I bet. I know. Been there. The shelter guys, the bushcraft guys, they got it, man. They build them little wooden shelters and stuff. Them are cool. But I just can't see. I mean, we called them forts when I was a kid. We did that. We all did. Get Grandpa's old rusty nails and you bend them with a hammer back. You know, the one with the busted claw that he just tossed it aside. You grab all that stuff. You go out there and you bang some boards up from an old mill or drag up sticks, cut them up, and make a nice little fort. We've done that many times. That was fun. But you'd have to use them old barrel stoves, and them things would be so big when you fired it up. Oh, you just died in there. They're so hot. But we did that stuff. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But the bushcrafters that do that, that's awesome that they can. I can't see wasting that much wood. I mean, I'd rather have it for the fire. But the fact that they still do that, it is cool. And them guys, they're awesome. They know their stuff. What's that one guy I watched? I Can't Survival. He built an Adirondack. I love that. I love what he did with that. That was amazing. And he's a great cook. Oh, guy's a great cook. I love watching him. I thought about doing something like that. A little Adirondack. And I was like, man, I don't know about that. I'd rather build just a little cabin just out of standard lumber. I would get that from the Amish. I wouldn't buy no lumber from the store unless I absolutely had to. The only time I buy that kind of stuff is like if you're here, I need it for something that's important to me, and then I have to have it, I do it. Other than that, I get it from the Amish, and you can do that. Amish, whatever you want to call it. Anybody can. You just contact them. You don't get them on the phone either. You just got to know where they're at. Everybody knows. They're all over Pennsylvania, all over the place. You'll actually get a 2x4. It's a 2x4. And a 2x6, it's actually 2x6. And it's everything we have. If you go to get a 2x4, it's 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. You know, I mean, it's always a 1/4 inch off. You get lumber from them, it's true lumber. Actually, true lumber. And it's a lot less than you're going to pay when you go and buy lumber at the store. And it's better stuff, you know. And you're helping them out. You know, I think those guys have they live right. You know, when you're young, you think, oh, I got to have this, I got to have that. No, these guys, they have it. They have it figured out. They really do. And the older you get, the more you figure that out, too. They live well. They do. I couldn't live like that because there's some things I do like technology. There's some technology you just got to have. And, but I like the way they do. I like the way they live. It's not bad. They don't want for much, do they? Oh, this fire feels so good. Oh, my butt's a little cold. Yeah, melting that snow, that's why. That feels good. Oh, that is nice. Found a good use for all that plastic. See there? Help keep the keister dry. Oh, burned 2 bundles up right here so far. I just can't bring myself to go inside. I am cooking. Oh, I got a good meal planned. It's just so nice out here. Still. Beautiful. Can't beat this. As y'all can see, burned up quite a bit of wood. I threw the other bundle that was left up there on top of the butt plastic. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. I just didn't want to go out of here. Keep hearing jets overhead. Seems to be pretty much a topic wherever I go. A lot of jets. Look at that. It was so nice out here. Time to cook. All right, I got us moved inside now. Try to keep some of the heat in. I'll shut some of these windows. Okay, there we go. All right. Time to start cooking. Promise you something good. It's gonna be. Get some water boiling. Get that fire hot now. Let's get some water boiling. That's gonna take a while. It's actually very, very warm in here. Floor's melting away, as always, which we're used to. Let's see, is that enough? Oh, I need a little more. A little more. There you go. That's going to take a while, which is fine. Let's see if we can get that back open there now. I want to put a little water in there, in the tank. Oh, yeah. Isn't it? That's not like a little humidity while I'm sleeping. All right. Let's get that water boiling, eh? All right. I got to turn all this into one good meal. And I do believe I can do it. Everything. I make my own sauce, spinach, from a yard bird that was on reduced price, sun-dried tomatoes, provolone. I have it all. Let's see if we can turn this into something, eh? All right. Let's get that pan on there. It's going to get hot fast, that's for sure. Spread it. I'm going to hit it with some olive oil. Boy, it gets hot fast. One thing about that stove, boy, she don't play. She gets hot fast. A lot of oil on this one. The spray just helps keep everything from sticking to the side. We are going to throw some yard bird out in there. This is already seasoned, pre-seasoned. Good stuff. Basil, whole Italian spice. Big old piece of yard bird. Throw it right off in there. Hear that sizzle already? Just popped it. Good stuff. Let's get that ground pretty cooked. It does not take long when it's hot like this. Oh, I can smell them Italian herbs. Pre-marinated. Love that stuff. Get that going real good. Alright, I slapped that yard bird down a bit. Put a little more oil in there. One thing about olive oil, you don't have to worry about that. You could drink it straight out of the bottle, it'd be alright. It's actually good for you. You take a shot a day, some doctors say. It's actually good for you. I wouldn't recommend more than that though, you'd be shitting like a turkey with tin horn. But it is good. Slabbed her up a little bit. Had to be slabbed anyway for the finished product. But it's cooking so fast, this stove cooks fast. Oh, I don't even need to add anything to that. But we're going to throw a little salt and pepper added in. Plain old pepper. Main ingredient, pepper. Just a little salt. Not too much. Doctor had my ass and she watches the channel. Alright. Keep on going. Alright, let's pull that off. Yeah, let's pull it off. And we'll plate that. It will return to the pan when we're done. Get that water boiling. Was boiling, we're gonna get her boiling again. In the pan, we're gonna throw in some sun-dried tomatoes. We also have a nice healthy portion of sun-dried tomatoes off in there. Oh yeah, too much. Let's do that. Just because I love sun-dried tomatoes. Always have. Had a bad year last year growing. I kept buying some. Sad as that. I'm going to go off in there with some spinach. Fresh baby spinach. Go off in there with some of that. This stuff takes a while to boil down. Oh no you don't. Nothing escapes. Takes a little while to boil that down. It'll reduce real nice. I don't want too much in there. Just enough, right? How much is enough? That's enough. Right. Water's boiling. Time for the noodles. We're going to get them in there next. I want them noodles done nice and slow. They are fabulous. Y'all see how nice that reduces down? Perfect. Perfect. Alright, that water's boiling like crazy. These are them homemade garlic noodles I was telling you about. Made by the baker's shop. You can smell the garlic. Oh, just smell it in them. We don't want to make too many of those. That water's boiling like crazy. Gotcha. Look at it. Oh, going nuts. I love this stove. Boy, it does cook quick. Alright. Now, I did get yelled at one time by a subscriber. Never break the noodles. Because I broke the noodles at one time when I was cooking. Oh, she's like, you don't ever break the noodles. Never. And I always cook too much food. I get that a lot too. You see how they got the hooks on them? Still got the hooks on them from where they hung them. Alright, let's try this nice and slow. We don't break noodles. Don't yell that twice. Once was enough. This should be enough. They should swell up real good. Alright, the rest of these, I'm going to save for good spaghetti or something. Oh yeah, she let me up, boy, when she seen me. She goes, look here, you don't break the... She goes, oh, you broke the noodles. Like, alright. I won't break noodles again. So we won't make that mistake twice. Let's get them going. Good garlic noodles. Let's get them boiling a while. Make sure it's gonna be enough. Cause I tell you, I always cook too much. I'm trying. Boy, them beautiful noodles cooking. Oh, it smells so good in here, y'all. Oh. While they're cooking, let's take a look around. I had to open every window. Every single window is open. It is so warm. I had this coat off once, put it back on, took it off, put it back on. This stove really gets this thing warm. And I have everything on full blast. That's why I said I'm always careful about regulating the heat on my stove. Always. I got to have that for cooking. That's why I do it. Like I said, I got lucky today, even though the chainsaw broke. I had big plans for that too. I wanted y'all to see that. We take down a couple trees, hack them up, but next time. Right now, let's get back to cooking, because if I don't pay attention, it'll like breaking noodles. Ooh, that's my ass. Everything's cooking good now. Oh, it smells so good in here. Oh, just amazing. Pull the lid off. Them noodles is done. Let's get them strained. Get back in here. Yeah, I've been out here a while. Told you. That fire is about done. Let's go dump these noodles out. Just a good strain going on here. Pine marks. I'm applying them here last week. Let's get these. A little strained out here. Oh. Alright. Get them strained. Oh, that's hot. Oh, it even smells good, the water does. So just a little bit. There we go. Let's get back inside. We're gonna add some diced tomatoes. See there? Basil, garlic, and oregano. And got some of those in there. I don't want too much, but I want just enough where it can have a little sauce extra for the rest of what I'm gonna do. Some tomato paste. Just plain old tomato paste off in there. Thicken that up real nice. Don't want too much of that either. You want enough. Then we're gonna whip all this off in there. Oh yeah, get in there. Everything. Want it all in there, including the oil. And there ain't much, as you can see. It sucks it right up. I'm probably gonna throw a little extra in there. See how that looks. Let's give it a stir. Let's go down here and take a look at that. Let's give that a stir. Them noodles. Oh yeah, there's liquid in there. More than enough. So I don't want to take away the taste of the noodles. That I do not want. The noodles alone, I've had them with just butter. Oh, eat a whole pot. They're so good. I love homemade noodles. Let's get that going. All right. Let's get us some garlic bread going here. Got a piece of that fine Texas toast. Let's put that in the oven. Top shelf. All needs to be in about 7 minutes. Let's get this back on. Perfect. That is so good right there. Oh, let's get that back on. Hot. We're almost ready. I think the noodles, I about nailed it. I think it's still a lot, but I think my old fat butt can handle it. Let's save that. Got a need for that. Right, let's get this on there. Like I said, I'm starving myself just for this meal. It is too much, but as you can see, it's getting better. At least there ain't 2 full pots. Yeah, a little bitty piece right there. Right there. There you go. Get in there. Yeah, that's going to be too much. Again, but hey, I'm working on it. All right. We're working on now some garlic bread. And I want some Swiss on that. Here in the sticks, you can't always have that heat lamp like they got in most restaurants, right? You can get a heat lamp. I could have threw it in and cooked it with it, but I didn't want to do that. I love taste cheese. And now for the rest of this fine stuff. I'm gonna put that right there. Let me get that out of there. Put that right on top. Get that out of there. Don't want all that on there. We're gonna eat all this? Probably not. But I'm gonna give it a hell of a try. That's good stuff. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah. Let's get them on there. That'll get that cheese melting real nice. Oh yeah. The side salad. And some garlic bread. It's time to dig into that there. That's better. Let's get our old chair over here. Oh. Like I said, the floor is falling apart on me. That's fine. Oh, that's nice. There's no way I'm gonna eat all this, but it's all right. Save for work. Gotta work tomorrow anyway, so this will work out. Oh, glass of the grappa. Like I said, I've been waiting on this. Y'all know I love Moscato. Barefoot. Moscato. Good stuff. Oh, it smells so good. Wonderful. Simple Italian dressing. On my side salad. Let's get a little bit of neck oil down her neck, eh? Oh, I love that taste. I'm so ready for this. Them noodles, they're handmade, and got turned on to them by a doctor, believe it or not. She got me some to try these out. I'll try them, and they are absolutely the best. Nice little piece of cheese on the ice. We'll keep it. She always said everybody has normal noodles with their spaghetti. I don't know what they're missing. She goes, you can miss something in the sauce. And it's good noodles. That'll make up for it. She was absolutely correct. But when you hit the target on both the sauce and the noodles, wow. Direct hit. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's wonderful. Amazing. I've got people make comments, why do you find yourself eating? Because you wish you could have this. Try this, guys. You'll love it. Those noodles, the bakery shop, SHOPPE, Iron Mountain, Michigan. Look it up. They might send them to you. They have a website. You might be able to call them, give them a call and say, hey, send me some of them noodles, some garlic noodles. They're handmade, and you will absolutely love them. The package just smells of garlic. And unless you can make your own, I recommend you get them. And I think I paid $5 something. It was worth it. There's plenty there. Enough to feed an army. That was just that little handful you see me take. And look here. There's still tons in there. Oh, it's worth it. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to continue. Try to eat all that. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it feels so good. So hot in here. I know a lot of y'all may not like the heat, but I love it. Don't get a lot of that up here. My Canadian neighbors will tell you, we don't get a lot of heat. But let me crank that back a little bit. See how that works. Oh yeah, that's sticking. Oh. You don't get enough vitamin D in the north, that's for damn sure. So make sure you take your supplements. One thing I've found most people have is vitamin D deficiency. That's number one. First and foremost, of all the people in the medical field, all of it, it's always the same. Vitamin D deficient, especially in the north. So make sure you get plenty of that. So take it as a supplement. Let's see if I can read my book here without her lamp. Lake Superior Rocks and Minerals. Told the bear I had to get into it. Let's see where I left off. What did I do with my Moscato? There it is. I have to get up and go get that. Oh, I ain't gonna get far into this. I'm already exhausted. Whew. Get my Moscato. Read some more. Go to bed. Sit right on the floor. Keep it nice and cool. Oh. Ooh, it's getting hot. All right. There you are. Oh, it's so good. Good night, y'all. Whoa. Yeah, I woke up, it was cold. Whoa. It's cold in here. There's just a few little embers in there. Got the fire going again. Whoa. And that wind, it's just going today. Oh, I'm not ready to I'll bring you some coffee. Perfect. I'm gonna get this thing going again good, and then I'm gonna make me a ham and egg sandwich with cheese. That's what I'm gonna look for. I don't want to get up. Oh, it's so hard crawling out of there. It's only in the maybe teens, but it ain't that bad. Single digits, whatever. As long as you get a few embers in the stove, you're all right. That food was so good. Knocked me right out. Oh, good morning. Let's get that pan out. There's a couple eggs off in there. Keep that hot. Throw some ham in there too. Basically, gotta heat this up. Well, look good. And a real nice roll. That's gonna be good. Sit down, have some breakfast. Oh yeah. Having coffee in my Superior State Outdoors mug I got from a subscriber. Ooh, that's hot. Good stuff. All right, let's see how much of a mess we can make with one of these. I think I'll save the other one for later. I'm still full from last night. Wow. That was a good meal. That was a damn good meal. And a nice buttery bun. Oh. This is so good too. Gonna be a sunny day today. I'm gonna see a poke and we'll get some shots at it a little bit. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna eat this up. Let me go outside and get some pretty pictures because man, is it beautiful out there today. Look at that. Another great camp, eh? That sun actually feels kind of good. I don't see that too often, really. Oh, it's beautiful. Had a good night, had a good meal. Things didn't go always according to plan, as they should. The chainsaw, I got to run that over there, get that fixed. Hopefully I'll have it done by Thursday. I want to get out and do it again. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, that is just gorgeous. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this. It's not much. Things went wrong, but in the end, they went right. There goes the crows. Love when they talk. Yeah. Love y'all. See you on the next one. Be good.